Let me start this off. This new Dr. Pepper, dark berry. It's very good. Oh shit. It's very good. You may ask why I'm saying that. Because I want at least one positive thing in this video you're about to see. Okay? Because that's all you're gonna get is that that's good Dr. Pepper. That's it. It's over. Season finale. Or when I finished, I texted Aaron, season finale. And he said, finally? You mean finale? And I said, no, finally. Because it's finally over. I am at a loss for words. We'll just get into it, I guess. So last episode ended with McKee touching the artifacts, the keystones, whatever the fuck they're called. Everybody literally blowing away. Master Chief getting knocked out, seeing her on the Halo ring, and that was it. And she's like, bye bitch, I'm out. Picks up literally right there. He's still on the ground laying there. He gets up, and Cortana, and he runs to the room where Miranda and Captain Keyes and the Indian general are, and he's like, where's she? And they're like, bro, bitch left. She took the thing and she's deuced on out of here, right? And he's like, alright, bet. So he goes, the other Spartans from Silver Team, Kai and Venick and whatever the hell the other girl's name is, I'll catch up to him. And they have Kai hostage, and they're like, dude, like, you need to come with us, like Dr. Halsey wants you. And he's like, bitch, let me tell you something right here. He's like, Dr. Halsey's been lying to us the whole time. They kidnapped us when we were kids and brainwashed us. It tells the story of Spartans for like the 10th time in this series. Like, everybody knows it by now. We can stop. Like, you don't have to explain things every fucking 5 minutes. Every episode they explain everything all over again. Like, I forgot. I wish I had. So he tells them, and Kai's like, nah, bitch, like, it's true. Like, she's telling the truth. And they're still like, like, I don't really believe you. I've known you my whole life, but I think you're full of shit. And then Captain Keyes pops up behind him, and he's like, nah, bitch, guess what? It's true. I helped kidnap you and all this shit. And they're like, well, slap my ass and call me Sally. I guess it must be true then. So, those two, the rest, all Silver Team is back together now, which is all 4 Spartans. And 3 of them go to find McKee and stop her because she's running to a phantom to try and get out of there. And Kai's like, nah, like, I'm gonna go find Dr. Halsey and I'm gonna make this bitch pay. So she goes off on her own. They go and they find McKee blasting off into outer space just like fucking Team Rocket right when they get there. And Master Chief, instead of like, oh shit, he's like, he just watches it go away, right? And he'd think like, hey, now would be a good time to like put on your armor, right? No, he's still completely in this stupid little undersuit thing. Kai goes running towards Dr. Halsey's ship. Gets there right as she's about to take off. This part was kind of cool. She runs and like jumps on top of it and is like, nah, bitch, like, you ain't going nowhere with me. She shoots out one of the engines with her pistol. I don't think that's possible, but whatever. And she enters the ship. This whole time, Dr. Halsey's like, dude, we're fucked. She goes in there, and Dr. Halsey's little nerd guy is like, Kai, you need to relax. You need to relax. And he's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. And she goes to Dr. Halsey, and she's like, what's my name? And she's like, what? She's like, what's my real name, bitch? Like, what the fuck is my real name? Like, screaming at her and all this stuff. And then the guy comes up behind Kai and smacks her with this little pole. And she just is like, it's like that video where the guy tries to kick Arnold Schwarzenegger in the head. And, like, jumps and drop kicks him. And Arnold's like, doesn't even feel it. It's just like that. She turns around, and he's like, oh, fuck. She grabs him by the throat and like throws him into the light, kills him. Boom, dead. Right? So that's cool. Turns around, Dr. Halsey's like booking it down the hall. She's like, deuces, bitch, I'm out. Dr. Halsey, gets to the escape pod, closes it, and bursts out before Kai can get to there. And now Kai's like, well, this ship's going down. I'm fucked. Ship goes down, crashes, blows up. You're like, oh my god, she's dead. Did I feel sad at all? No. I was like, alright, she's dead. No, she comes back. Whatever. She crawls out of the wreckage, and Master Chief's looking down. He's like, she's alive. Still no armor. So they do that. Go to Captain Keyes, talk to him, and they're like, we need to go find where she's going. Like, we found where the Covenant, like, religious planet is. Like, we need to go there and like stop them because they're gonna activate the Halo ring. And the general's like, we'll send you like 10,000 Marines with you, Master Chief. Nah, no. Give me just my silver team, just us four. Be fine. And they're like, no, come on, like seriously, take no. So they leave. They're going. They can't find the planet because it's like in some secret thing, and they have to like go between these like 3 different gravitational fields at the same time and whatever. It was stupid. They were getting like ripped apart and screaming and all this stuff, and I was supposed to care, but I didn't. And I was like, whatever. Get to the planet, and Cortana like scans it with her like weird scanning thing, and she's like, there's nobody there. Like, oh my god. So they all jump out of the Pelican, start killing the grunts. This is where it gets cool. There's a cool battle. They kill the grunts, and Kai's up there at the top sniping everybody, and McKee's like getting ready to activate the rings. What she doesn't know is that the prophets are gonna kill her afterwards, because they're like, bitch, we don't need you for anything else. So she thinks that they're like gonna take her with her and keep her happy and healthy, and they're like, nah, like we're gonna kill you right afterwards. But she doesn't know that yet. Well, she never finds out actually at all. So they're going, and they get really close, and then somebody sees them and alerts them, and the prophets are like, send up the underlings, or whatever the hell they say. And then like hundreds of like covenants start piling up from inside the mountain, so Cortana couldn't like see them or whatever. I don't know. And all of a sudden they start getting their ass handed to them, right? All the Spartans are like getting their ass kicked and everything, and I was like, dude, you should have taken. She offered you all these people, and you're like, no. Like, I got it. All that's going on. They're getting their ass handed to them, and like literally getting their ass handed to them. They're running out of ammo. And Master Chief's like, bitch, we'll be fine. We got this. I just gotta get to the ring. And then for the things, and like give me a key and we can go. Like, we don't gotta kill all these people. So going, just when they're about to like get into the like little temple thing, all these brutes pop down. I think 4 or 5 of them, and the other Spartan woman, don't know her name, was like, bitch, I got this. And Kai's like, no you don't, bitch. And she's like, yeah, I got this. Runs over to it, like jumps over the brute. Brute grabs her by the leg and is like, throws her into this pillar. She's out. She's like, bitch, I told you, like, she'll listen to me. And it goes over there and starts like beating the ever living shit out of her, right? Like, her energy shield is down and everything, and her helmet's beeping like in the game. And Chief's like, nah, bitch, I got this. This part was cool. Showed like Master Chief kicking ass. He was like shooting all the brutes and like stopping their gravity hammers and all that shit. So that was cool. And they do all that, and then the brute that he fought back in episode like 4 or 5, whatever, the one that like beat the shit out of him and then took the keystone and blasted off into space, was there. And Cortana's like, do you remember him? Like, nah, bitch, they all look the same. Like, the fuck? And he goes to like kick his ass, and it like beats the shit out of Master Chief, right? It's like beating the shit out of him, punching him in the helmet, and then at one point he's like standing on his helmet and it's like cracking and shit. And McKee's like, oh my god, I can't let him die. Like, I got that Master D last episode. Like, I need some more of that. You cannot kill him. She grabs the artifact. Everybody starts, like, flying away. Like, almost like an explosion, like, flying away. Everybody's tweaking out. And then the Kai's, like, looking. And Master Chief's, like, seizing up this whole time, obviously, because she's touching it. And she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, what the fuck? And they're trying to like move him because everybody's like blowing away, and they're like we can end this now. And Master Chief is like, so Kai's like, well, the only way to stop this is to shoot the bitch. Shoots McKee. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go back and watch the last end of the episode. I forgot the order of events, but I got it now. Okay, so yeah, she's holding on to the ring. Everybody's flying away, and their Master Chief and McKee go back into the Halo vision thing like they were last time. And he's like you need to stop. Like we can end this together or whatever. And she's like isn't it beautiful here? And he's like, no, like we need to put an end to this. And she gets all like, bitch, like what the fuck, like. That wasn't the plan. And then boom, she's like, she like looks down, and all of a sudden she's like starts bleeding everywhere. And Master Chief's like, the fuck, bitch? And then it goes, then it goes back out, and that's when you find out that Kai shot her. She shot her. She's laying dead on the ground. Thank God. And Kai's like, I didn't know what else to do, Chief. Like, we need you. And Chief, like, wakes up, and they're, like, surrounded by Covenant and everything. And they're, like, still getting their ass kicked. One of the other female Spartan gets a plasma grenades thrown onto her, and she, like, blows up, but she doesn't die. The other Venick, the other guy, like, goes to fight a brute, and he, like, slaps the shit out of him, and he, like, goes flying through the temple. Passes out, and Chief's like, dude, like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And earlier you had found out, I think I talked about it, that the plan was for Cortana to, like, if she takes over Master Chief's body, like she'd be like unstoppable. And Chief's like, well, if you take over my body, like we'll be unstoppable and we can get the hell out of here. And Cortana's like, no, like I can't do that. Like you might not come back from it. Like you might not be able to bring you back. And he's like, I trust you. It'll be okay. So he just starts walking towards this brute or this elite, and it's like shooting the shit out of him and stuff. And he's like getting shot, and his armor's going down and down and down and down. And then the brute comes, and like smacks the shit out of him, and he's done. Like he's laying there, and you can hear his heartbeat, and then his heart stops beating, and you're like, the fuck, like he's dead. And then stuff gets so stupid. So he's dead. Master Chief is dead. And then Cortana appears on the side of him. Again, I have no idea how they want us to believe that Cortana just keeps appearing. If she's a hologram, she needs to be coming from somewhere. Projector or something, like whatever. She's in his head, but she just appears again in the middle of this fucking planet where there's no projector, no lights, no nothing. She just appears. And she like touches his chest, and she's like, he's gone. And she goes like, and she goes inside of him, and then wakes up Master Chief. And then, just when you think, just when you think things can't get dumber, then she takes control of Master Chief and like wakes up and starts like kicking everything's ass, and she's like, she's got like 2 plasma pistols, and she's like shooting the shit out of everything, and she's kicking everything's ass. she's not saying anything. It's just Master Chief's body like flailing around and killing everything, and people are coming at her with energy swords. And she, for whatever fucking reason, isn't using the energy swords. She's still using just pistols and her fists when she could kick everything's ass with this pistol or the energy sword, but she doesn't. So then the Pelican comes, she controls it obviously, which at that point then I realized like why the fuck wasn't this bitch controlling the Pelican the whole time and fucking using the turrets to mow down the Covenant, which then she does after Master Chief's already dead though, so it defeats the purpose. But whatever. So then the Pelican lands and the other Spartans get up and like get into it, and then Master Chief, I don't know, Cortana Chief, Cece, Cece, Cortana Chief, Cece, we'll call her for now. Cece goes and just picks up the relic, and they're like, "Dude, you can't do that. Like, you're gonna freak out, like, and spaz up." And she's like, she doesn't even say anything. She just goes and picks it up and like walks it into the Pelican, and then they blast off into outer space, and the prophets are like tweaking out the whole time. And then it goes to the Spartan who got the plasma grenade stuck to her, like right here on her titty. She got the plasma grenade stuck there, and they take off her armor, and she's like all fucked up. And Cortana Chief Cece like goes and rips open the ship and like takes out this like pipe or whatever, and like lights it on fire and like cauterizes everything, and like does this whole thing like emotionless and doesn't say anything. It's just like kills cauterizes everything, and then like goes and like pilots the ship, and then they do that, whatever, and then Kai comes up to the front and she's like, "Chief," he looks and he's just so finally he has his fucking helmet on. He's had it on the whole time, but he still has it on, thankfully, at this end part. Just staring. And she's like, "Chief, like, are you there?" Just staring out into the. And that's how it ends. That's how it ends. They kill off Master Chief, and Cece takes over. So this guy, the whole point of everybody watching the show, dead. Dead. I don't know if they're gonna bring him back, whatever, kill Cece and bring Master Chief back to life, whatever. But honestly, like, the show was good the episode was good up until they killed him off and did that stupid thing. Like, the action was good, them trying to get the stuff back and like capture Dr. Halsey, like that was interesting. They're ruining Dr. Halsey though, but I accepted that fact by now. Like, they're making her out to be this evil woman, which, like, is she evil in the games? Like, no. Like, did she do fucked up stuff? Yeah, like kidnapped and tortured children and everything, but like at the end of it, like, all of her stuff she did, like, saved the universe, and like thanks to her, Master Chief was around to save the universe and everything. So it's like, did that justify the means? I don't know. But in this, she's just like straight up bitch and doesn't care and is evil and stupid. She's like outright dumb in this. Oh shit, I forgot about that whole storyline. So anyway, I'll come back to this real quick. When Halsey blasts off in the pod, the UNSC goes and looks for her, and they find her and bring her in for interrogation. And Miranda comes and talks to her, and it's like, "Why are you doing all this? Blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "I thought I was protecting you, but I see I've only made things worse." And then she's like, "Goodbye, Mom. Like, peace out." She leaves, and Captain Keyes is like in there in the like little hologram thing, like I mentioned once before, where they can like spy in on meetings and nobody knows. And he's watching, and he's like, "Oh, like, this is so sad. Like, my daughter hates my wife or my ex-lover, whatever." And then later Miranda comes back, and Dr. Halsey's like on the table seizing, and like her eyes are all bleh, and it looks like she's getting possessed. And then in her head, like, she starts going back and things in Miranda's head, going back on things, and remembers like when she was talking, Dr. Halsey was talking about the Spartans, that they replace them with clones that would start having seizures and like die like a couple days later, and no one would think any more of it. And she's like, "Oh my god, like this isn't her. This is a different bitch. Like what the hell?" So she's like, "It's not her." She's like, "Where's Dr. Halsey?" Goddamn. Okay. One time, season finale, and I'm trying to talk about it. I'm fucking busy at work. So like I said, she goes and Miranda realizes that this isn't the real Dr. Halsey, and she's like, "Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?" And everyone's like, "Dude, like chill the fuck out. Like it's your mom." And she's like, "This not my mom. You're not my mom." Uh, and then that's how it ends. And then Dr. Halsey supposedly dies, and that's it. And then all the rest of the episode happens. Cece takes over Master Chief, and that's how that ends. And Master Chief is dead now, and Cortana's running the show in Master Chief's head, all powerful being and whatever the fuck. And then after Kai is asking Master Chief if that's him and whatever, it goes and flashes to Dr. Halsey sitting on a bench because she's still alive. And she's like, "This whole time I thought blah 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 blah." And this guy's like, "Dr. Halsey, I was sent to get you ready for your ship." And she's like, "Alright, bitch, let's go." And she goes and walks off into the distance with him. And that's how it ends. And that's when I started to cry. Because everybody's watching the show for this guy. People should be watching the show for this guy. If you're not, you're stupid. Clearly you were dropped or something, fell down the stairs, hit your head on everything. Every single frickin' stair you've gone up or down, you've fallen and cracked your head open numerous times. Because the show should be about this guy. Should be about Master Chief and his epic adventures kicking ass. Instead, what we got was a show about everything but Master Chief. Master Chief wearing his helmet probably in the course of these 9 episodes, maybe a total of 10 minutes. I've probably worn it more on YouTube here than he has in the whole show. We had helmetless Master Chief, Master Chief making some of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen, Dr. Halsey making the stupidest decisions I've ever seen, Master Chief falling in love with a woman he's known for maybe 5 hours on the show, and is like clapping master cheeks with him already, with her. A very stupid antagonist of McKee making stupid decisions. A character that literally every single review I've seen wishes they would kill off, and that's freaking the Asian girl. I don't even remember her name anymore. That literally was the dumbest side story I've ever seen. And they're leading up to the show, they were like, "Oh, it's a human story. Everything's gonna be about her. It's gonna be so impactful. Everyone's gonna care." No one gives a shit. Paramount Plus, what you need to do, start season 1, start season 2 off by Master Chief waking up and it being a total nightmare. Complete nightmare of everything that happened so far. And then have the actual show start. Because what you've had so far has been absolute bullshit. And for people like me who have been playing this game their whole life and have been promised the show for a long time, and it's gotten delayed and passed around and all this stuff, and then you finally make the show and it comes out, and for this to be the show that I've waited so long to get, like, you're shitting on everything. And I don't want to hear like, "Oh, like he has to take his helmet off to act and things to be emotional, and how else are you gonna connect with the character if you're only looking at his helmet?" Watch The Mandalorian and tell me that that show doesn't work. 99% of the time he has his helmet on, takes it off 3 times maybe in the course of the whole series so far, and everybody loves it. It's an amazing show. And then you got this fucktard over here who has his on 1% of the time, walking around not even in his armor 90% of the time, walking around this little unitard, and just I don't know what they were thinking, and it's really just they fucked it up. They fucked everything up. Paramount Plus can suck a bag of dicks. I'm canceling it now, thanks to this stupid show. I wasted 3 months worth of $10. I wasted $30 to watch this piece of shit show, and what do I get in return for it? Shit. I give you $30 and you give me shit. If I wanted to waste $30 and get shit in return, I'd go get Taco Bell and get the shits. At least the food's delicious. But instead I get this stupid piece of shit show and nothing to show for it. You kill him off at the end and let Cece take over with the little robot in his head, and that's how it ends. It just... You guys are killing me. It's like Judge Dredd. It's just like Judge Dredd. You guys have Sylvester Stallone running around without his helmet on, and everybody cares. Everybody thinks it's total bullshit. You just need to have Carl Urban come and be Master Chief in season 2 and fucking let him do things, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you've ruined the show so far. And the season right now is about at a half a star out of 10, out of 100. A 0.1 out of 10 is what you're at. A 0.1, not even a half a star. Yeah, 0.1 of a star out of 10, because it's been absolute bullshit. You get 0.1 for being able to see the armor for split seconds, and for the two of 9 episodes, you've had 2 cool battles. That's about it. That's all you've done right so far. Everything else has been absolute bullshit. Fix it. Get your life straight. And give me back my $30, you fucking pieces of shit.